What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear, lose your gear, because if you're not using it, man, you might as well lose it. So today, I want to come on here and go over a fantastic knife that I just got from Case. What do we got here? That's when it was made. This is the Amber Bone Peach Seed Muskrat in SS, which is stainless steel, so that would be in the Case. True Sharp. Now, here's a knife. Look at that bad boy. Wow. This knife is really nice, man. This is a beautiful knife, seriously. No issues with gapping, no issues with transitions. This peach seed jigging amber is fantastic. We got a great, wow, that's really loud. Hold on one second, let me turn the TV down. Yeah, sorry, I had my TV on Pandora. It was loud as hell. I was like, damn. But anyway, we got a really, really nice clip right here. I don't know if you can see that with the lighting, but it says USA Muskrat right there. So this is about a 3-inch blade, a 2.5-inch cutting area. So double blades, same exact, length and everything. This just says Case. It's got the, the maker's mark right there, XX, and when it was made. So that's that. So yeah, this is a fantastic little knife right here, man. As far as slip joints go and traditional knives go, this is a really nice one. Like I said, I was really surprised by this. Not because I have a problem with Case quality. I have a couple other Case knives. I don't have a lot. This is my third one, and I have another one I'm going to be getting next week. But I have a copper lock that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it when I got it. It was perfect. I have a Barlow pocket worn grade bone carbon, and that one had a bad heat treat. But you know what? I sent it back. They sent me a new one. They paid for the shipping and everything. I didn't pay nothing, and this one's fine. So in all reality, I haven't had any issues with Case other than that, and they corrected it. So I appreciate that. This is just a really nice slip joint. And I, got out of slip joints. I am traditionally a slip joint person, honestly. I love slip joints. But, a lot of these Chinese companies, they're just making crap slip joints, and they're really cheap, and there's really bad QC. So I didn't want to get any more of those, so I just stopped and I started carrying SAKs because I've got SAKs that I purchased from 30 years ago because I'm refurbishing them now, and I just basically take them apart, take the scales off, put new scales on them, clean them up, and sharpen them up, oil them up, and I'm good to go. And those 30-year knives, there's nothing wrong with those knives. Every knife that I've ever got from SAK has been perfect, and there's no QC issues, even the old ones. So that's why I started carrying those. But I switched to American stuff a while back, and I wanted to, try out some American-made stuff. So Case is the one, right? So yeah, this is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a beautiful knife. And like I said, I have a couple other Case knives. I'm gonna get another one, like next week probably. Probably gonna get this S35 VN Crossroads series. It's a burlap micarta S35 VN Sodbuster. Super nice. I'm gonna pick that up. That's only like $70. So this all said and done with shipping and everything was $85. And I don't have a Muskrat, right? I have 60 or so slip joints, traditional knives, but I don't have a Muskrat, and I don't have an American one. So because I have all these other Chinese knives put in a case and roll up, and I put them away. I don't use them that much. I got one over here I want to show you that I actually started using again just as comparison to something like this. But yeah, nice bolsters right here, nice and shiny. They're gonna get scratched up in my pocket. I'm not a slip guy. I'm not trying to keep it pretty. I'm trying to use it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that when you use it and all the scratches and all the nicks and dings and stuff that you get, that's called patina, right? So let you know that it's used. I'm not going to put it on a shelf and take pretty pictures of it. I'm going to put it in my pocket and carry it and use it to cut shit. That's what I'm going to do with it. So that's that one. That's the Case Muskrat that I got. I'll come on here when I get the other Sodbuster and let you guys see that. But now, I have a thing with all of these people that are online, talking about Case. Now, that's why I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, right? Because I started listening to people, and I shouldn't. I should have known better. But you have all of these, American-made dudes, but they're not really American-made. They're guys that are designing knives here, but, getting them machined in China, slip joint knife companies. Then you have all these shills that are getting knives from these guys. And I'm not going to name companies. If you want to know who I'm talking about, go back through my videos, and you'll know who I'm talking about. Right, so you get $60 knives, and the shills are pushing them, and they're hating on Case. And you know what? This knife is beautiful, dude. Again, it's just absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with this knife. It's put together by hand in the United States, right? Now, here's a People's Republic of China knife, right? I got this a long time ago before I stopped buying Chinese knives. This is a Roper Carbon 1065, and obviously that's put together better and it's got a better action, but this one isn't terrible either. This is black jigged bone. This is the Pit Viper by Roper, and if you go online to AtlanticKnives.com right now, this is $15. Now, $15 as compared to $85. That's put together by hand. This is put together, machined, CNC'd, all of that stuff put together. This one's okay. I mean, it's not bad for a $15 knife, right? Like if that's something you want to get, you couldn't afford to buy an $85 knife. This is $15. That's well within a reasonable range to buy from a Chinese knife company. But if this knife was $60 from China, put together by machines, I wouldn't buy it because you can get this for $20 more put together by hand in the United States, and it's absolutely perfect. Like I said, you got all of these, shills trying to say that, oh, Case has got QC issues. Oh, I hate Case. Oh, I'm this. Yeah, but these people are sending you knives, bro, so you're the shill. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was with other knife companies. They're selling $350 Chinese-made knives. Come on, man. This is a Chinese knife that's worth $15. And this is worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is what you should buy. You should never buy a $350 or even a $60 China knife, man, that's put together by a machine. Honestly, this one looks good. I don't have a problem with this one for what I paid $24 for it or something like that. But now it's on sale for like $15 on AtlanticKnives.com. But carbon, it's not bad. It's not as good as this, but this is just an example of, the difference between a handmade knife that's made in the United States and a Chinese knife that's made strictly by machines, and the shills that are pushing these things when they're like $60 or $350. This is fantastic. I'd highly recommend getting any Case knife. Honestly, like I said, I haven't had any problems. Don't listen to the shills telling you, because like I said, they're getting the $60, $350 knives for free from these people. So of course they're going to keep saying the Case is terrible and they're no good and this and that. Whatever, dude. It's a lot of shit. It's what it is. But I haven't had a problem. And are you going to get a bad knife here and there? Possibly. But are they going to take care of it? Absolutely. Like they did. I got one with a bad heat treat. Boom, sent me a new one. They paid for the shipping both ways. I didn't even have to pay for anything. So, yeah, it's great. As long as you take care of what your mistake or whatever, that's fine with me. So this is the Case Muskrat. We got the amber bone peach seed jig. Fantastic knife. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely beautiful knife. And this is a Chinese comparison. This is the Roper Pit Viper, $15 right now on AtlanticKnives.com. So don't listen to the shills, man. Don't listen to the Case haters, because you got to think about this. If some guy is online right now on YouTube pushing a certain knife brand, and this knife, this is a great knife. This is a Muskrat made by blah, 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 and it costs $65, and I hate Case, and Case is no good, and Case has got quality control issues. Think about it. Think about what they're saying. They're saying that because they get knives. That's what a shill is, right? So watch out for shills. Case is fine. Any Case knife I get that's a piece of shit, I'll tell you if I get one that's a piece of shit. And I'll tell you if they don't take care of it, because that's what I do, right? I call out piece of shits and I call out shills, because shills and pieces of shit are pretty much the same thing to me. But if I get a crap knife, I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to let them know too, for sure. I will. I don't care. I ain't getting paid by this company. I ain't getting paid by that company. I ain't got no problem calling them out. I ain't getting paid by shills at all. So this is what led me to design my own knife, right? I'm not trying to make a bazillion knives and make $1 million in money. I'm not. So I made a slip joint. I'm waiting on the OEM to contact me. It's going to be made in the United States. It's a United States OEM. The whole thing's going to be made in the United States. And I want to keep the price down as compared to these people that are making knives in China like this. This one's worth it though, because it's only like $20 when I bought it. So that's it. I'm not going to try to put a $150 price tag on it or a $300 price tag on it. When I get it, I'm going to see what they say it takes to manufacture. If I got a minimum or something, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to definitely get it made and definitely keep the cost down to prove to people that when you go to China, it's supposed to be cheaper, right? It might be a little bit more in the United States, but it's supposed to be cheaper when you make it here in the United States, right? Correct? Not make it here in the United States, when you make it in China, I'm sorry. That's the point in going to China with your knives. A.G. Russell said that The reason that he moved his production to China when he did was because he had to keep the cost down. Because if he was going to sell a knife from America, it would have cost him $250, to sell the knife with all the productions and all the setups and all of this stuff going on, the machining. It would have cost him so much he would have had to sell the knives for $250. That's American. So he went to China to keep the cost down. Well, you see these people selling these Chinese knives that are all machined. They're not keeping the cost down. They're charging you $350. I don't give a fuck what the materials are. They're ripping you off. I did a live about that, and I went and I found a China OEM, and they gave me prices where I could make knives that were made out of S35 VN and better material, CPM stuff, and the price was only like $100, $85 for a knife. So if somebody's telling you that this knife is from China and it's in great materials and I gotta charge you $300 or $350, they're full of shit. So what I'm doing is I'm designing a knife, already designed it, already contacted the OEM, waiting on information from them, and I'm gonna keep the price down to prove that I can sell a knife and not be a fucking scumbag and sell it for $350, right? And I'm not trying to make money off of this. I'm just trying to prove a point that anybody can design a knife and have it made and sell it for a decent price and not be like a fucking dirtbag about the pricing, right? So whenever I find out how much it is for all of the setup and all of that crap, I mean, it's not going to be some ridiculous amount of money. And I'm going to keep the price down regardless because I'm not trying to make money, right? I'm just trying to prove a point. So you guys have a good one and have a great weekend. This is the Case Muskrat, man. This knife is fantastic. It's really good. Don't listen to the shills, man. They're full of shit. Remember, they're shills.